coach is trending right now. All right, there's no doubt about it. People wondering what that decision was. But it takes me back to a number of years ago. A very successful coach in the league had told himself before a playoff game he was going to be aggressive. No matter what, he's going to be aggressive. And it ran his team into some real problems early, and they got upset in that playoff game. Let's see if this team can recover.
Well, that's aggressive in capital letters with glitter, 7 underscore. I mean, that's the definition of aggressive.
Yeah, you can almost hear the cheerleaders doing the be aggressive chant behind him, and he listened to it.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete. They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on second down. Now Prescott, he's going to let this go for the end zone. Looks to throw, fires right side. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down. Brett Maher now for the Cowboy field goal. This from 54 yards away. And that hits the crossbar and comes back, and it's no good. And by just a whisker, this remains a scoreless game. Well, he had that one on target. That's half the battle. The other half of the battle, however, is distance.
And he nearly had that, too. But it was a crossbar that said otherwise. And that'll deny him a shot at 3.
A running play here on 1st down is going to go nowhere as he is tackled behind the line of scrimmage. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 13. Now Ben going to give this one to Connor. It's a 7-yard pickup. They'll be looking now to 3rd and 6.
But you got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball because they were in a 2nd and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to 3rd and manageable with that run.
On 3rd down, Roethlisberger. And that will be incomplete.
As my dad used to tell me all the time, when you're getting ready to play a big-time game, especially when you have one going into a dome setting, better strap it up tight because that crowd can really affect things.
Especially on 3rd downs like the one we just saw there with the incompletion. The offense going to stay out there. They've converted once, failed once. What can they do here on 4th down? They're going to try and throw. Open man, Smith-Schuster, it's complete. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. Hey, nothing to see here, just your standard 4th down gain of 28 yards. And the drive keeps going. So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 24. Out of the gun, it's Roethlisberger. And he's going to go down. He's sacked back at the 24. The sack by Robert Quinn. And that is the 3rd sack this offensive line has allowed this first quarter.
Yeah, that puts him on pace. Let me do the rudimentary math here. To be sacked 12 times in a game. I know he's not going to go for that. I wonder if it's going to reshape what they decide to do on offense in terms of play calling.
I can tell you what, when he popped up, shaking his head, frustrated right now. And is this intercepted? It is. It's intercepted. Picked off by Jeff Heath. And he'll go down inside the 15 at his own 13-yard line. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. They'll start the drive with Elliott. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. Eight yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple.
Watch the ship.
From the shotgun, a give to Elliott. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down.
Some of these play calls, I think they're a little conservative, but you know me, because it's easy to sit up in this booth, right, and make all the calls and think I'm going to be correct. But I would like to see them open things up, because otherwise this defense is just going to gang up on the run and shut them down.
So on 4th down, here's Chris Jones to punt it away. Back deep for the Steelers, Ryan Switzer. This is taken at the 23. And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line. 21 yards. Well done on the return. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They've shown very little offensively to this point. Well, neither team has really. They come up here now, 1st down. He's got the 1st down and more inside the 40. And all the way down to the 33-yard line. 23 yards on the pickup there and a 1st. There's Roethlisberger.
This is a little bit like baseball here. Strong up the middle. Both sides want to be that. In this case, the offense ended up winning the ultimate battle.
And those big runs between the tackles, that's a little deflating for a defense, isn't it?
It really is, because that's where your strength's supposed to be. You're supposed to be in a spot where they can't make that yardage there. You're supposed to send them outside. Not in this case.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. They're able to get a couple here, but won't get across the plane as they stop him right around the 1.
To me, that's a terrific run on 1st and goal at the 3. They got 2 yards. I'd line right back up and give it to him again.
2nd and goal from the 1. Roethlisberger keeps it. Fighting for the end zone. He lost the football. It's out. He's got the lane, and there he goes. He's at the 50. He's at the 40. And he'll get it all the way down inside the 35-yard line. So the turn job on a big return.
And how about the convoy that got created to help him get all the way back upfield? I mean, that's the part that people miss on. That's practice. That's worked on. It doesn't just happen in a game and everyone rallies. They discuss it prior to, and everyone knows their role when they create a turnover like that.
A little bit of daylight on that 1st down run sets them up nicely. 8 yards on the carry. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short.
8 yards on the pickup brings up 2nd and 2 at the 24-yard line.
8 yards the tally on that 1st down run. Here's 2nd and 2. Elliott. And the running lane's non-existent in this 1st half as they'll stop him behind the line. The tally there, -2 yards, brings up 3rd down.
It's now 3rd down and 3.
Mike, here we go. There we go. Kill. 55's Mike. Henry. So, go. Get out there. Man up, Keith.
3rd and short yardage. Prescott. He dropped it. Couldn't hang on in the end zone. So no 6 points, incomplete.
And what did we talk with them about prior to the game? Their ability to move the chains, pick up 1st downs. So far, 0 for 3 on 3rd down. If that continues, they'll have little chance of winning this one.
So they recovered the fumble, but ultimately could not take advantage of the short field.
Definitely a lost opportunity right there. I mean, they were in prime position to put 6 on the board, ended up settling for 3.
This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And so close to hitting pay dirt last time, fumbling down near the goal line. Now, how does that affect their psyche this time around?
It's a tester, that's for sure, because to be that close and come away with no points is really disappointing, not just for the guys on offense, but the defensive players, too, who thought, hey, we're going to put some points up and have a little momentum going. They've got to find a way to just get it out of their minds, let it go,
short-term memory,
and move on to the next series.
40, show that bench release and go. I'm coming.
They'll throw on 1st down with Roethlisberger. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be 2nd down. Defensively, Charles, they continue to really limit this offense as far as yardage goes.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been assignment sound, staying in their lanes, keeping proper leverage, and communicating well, too.
Again on 2nd and 10, it's Roethlisberger. And his throw's going to be incomplete. The Notre Dame man, Jalen Smith, able to get a hand in and knock it away. And the Steelers on third down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 10. And now the third down throw incomplete as well. Chidobe Awuzie there to make the play in coverage. Normally I'd say this will lead to a punt attempt, but this offense already showed in the first half that they'll go for it on 4th down.
No, they should have already said, punt it, punt it. Head coach should have already made that decision.
Here's Austin. A good return there, call it 13 yards. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. It's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3-point seeding.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
And the first play of the drive there is incomplete. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. There's a throw over the middle. It's taken in by his tight end. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That one good for a 1st down pickup of 18 yards. A 1st down carry by Elliott. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. They keep on the ground with Elliott. He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4. On 2nd down, Elliott. And he's got some space here. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. The Cowboys going to use their 2nd timeout now, as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this first half. So after a good run by Zeke, another 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get this one down to about the 17. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. From the 17, Prescott. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Stephon Tuitt just would not be denied. That's a loss of 7. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. From the right hash, it's a 41-yard attempt. The kick by Marr is good. So we've hit intermission. It's halftime. This is the NFL, and it's a presentation of EA Sports. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Cowboys will get the football first here, and they have the lead as well as we are underway in quarter 3. This fielded at the 2. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21-yard line.
At their own 21-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that, because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
See if they do just that. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. The give is to Elliott. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on 1st down, that fits the bill.
Again, it's Elliott. And some space here. Ezekiel Elliott going to take it the distance. Touchdown, Cowboys. Ezekiel Elliott, 57 yards. And the Cowboys, they push out in front further. Well, they had their chances in the first half, you remember, but had to settle for 2 field goals. This time they come away with 6.
I think they actually got affirmation about what they were doing by getting a touchdown, because the field goals means they got in range but couldn't quite finish it off. This time they broke through, and that's great for the old confidence.
And on the sideline, difference of a feeling between 3 and 6, is it astronomical or no?
It can be at times, that's for sure. A lot of times the field goal feels like a disappointment. The touchdown, well, that tells you you're getting it done.
Now, here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete. Tough there. Good pass. Hit the hands. He just couldn't bring it in.
And every receiver's coach everywhere, seeing that play, focus, focus, focus. Watch it all the way in and tuck it away.
That's fielded in the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have stayed where he was, as he'll only get back to the 16-yard line. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him, all right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But, hey, listen, there's got to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game.
Now Roethlisberger to throw. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Connor. Call it a gain of 3. And it'll bring up a second down. That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. Out of the shotgun, they'll run with Connor. He's got the first down and more inside the 40. And he'll be taken down at the 26. A gain of 28 yards there and give him a first down.
Sometimes those lines that are drawn on a grease board or in a playbook, they come to life out on the field, don't they? And we just saw down that outside handoff to the right.
That right tackle, he gets excited for that call, doesn't he?
He does, because he just wants to dominate his guy and say, listen, I was the point of attack. I took care of business. That's why you're able to get downfield and add all those yards to your total.
Yeah, really nice gain there. Back in the end zone, could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete. So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. They'll try and run for it with Connor, and he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. Defensively, they rally the troops to force 4th down after that 7-yard pickup back on 1st. And the Cowboys' pressure gets there this time for the sack. Defensive end DeMarcus Lawrence applied the heat. And they've now made 2 trips to the red zone and still looking for their first touchdown.
Not able to punch it in, and if you're on defense, your confidence is sky high. Because mentally, you're saying, hey, you're in the red zone. We're thinking we're giving up 3. We just want to give up 6. In this case, they end up not giving up the touchdown at all. They've got to feel great about what they got done.
Kill. Check it back. Check it back. We're going to 53.
They go to Elliott again. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
Well, praise has to go to the guys on the offensive line because they've had a very nice, productive day running the football. How about that poor defensive line? They've been knocked around the entire game, and while they slowed them down on that run, can they continue to do so? Because they haven't had much success throughout this ball game.
Here's Prescott. Space to maneuver at the 40. He's got his target. It's Cobb. And all the way up to the 45-yard line. First target, first catch, and a first down. Under a minute to go in this 3rd quarter as they come up 1st and 10.
Rush in. Hey, kill.
Prescott now. And there is Amari Cooper, his first catch. Touchdown, Cowboys! Amari Cooper, 55 yards. And the Cowboys, they push out in front further. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky Country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
The Steelers take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. And he's going to be taken down. They sack him on what will be the final play of quarter number 3. Back now in Arlington. It's the Steelers with the football, but trailing here as we get going in quarter number 4. So the sack, and now a 3rd and long situation for the Steelers and Ben Roethlisberger. From the shotgun, it's Roethlisberger. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Anthony Brown, and he will score. Touchdown, Cowboys. That's the story of the game. They've been suffocating all game long on defense. They were suffocating there again in a big way.
And they've done it not just by out-athleting them, which is often the case, but by being able to adjust to anything they tried to throw at them and beating them to the punch each and every time. This was a defense that was well prepared.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
The Steelers take over first and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And okay, all right, I'm being facetious here, but you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 23 yards, the final tally. From the gun, it's Roethlisberger. Eluding the pressure right. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. Juju Smith-Schuster the target once again, and that'll bring up 2nd down. Play fake to Connor. Now Roethlisberger. And complete to Moncrief over the middle. And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 21. On 1st and 10 is Connor. They'll get it inside the red zone, but only for a couple down to the 19. Throwing on 2nd and 8. Roethlisberger. And he's going to go down. Back at the 27-yard line. He's sacked. Off the edge, it's Tyrone Crawford with a sack. Now Ben on 3rd and long. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. DeMarcus Lawrence picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
This offensive line flat out cannot handle this pass rush. We've seen it demonstrated time and time again to the tune of 7 sacks in this game thus far.
Well, it's a Pyrrhic victory at best, but Charles, no team wants to get shut out, so it's hard to blame them for taking the 3 there.
You can't blame them one bit. It hasn't been the best performance, that's for darn sure. But there is something to be said for fighting to avoid the goose egg, and they're at least trying to finish out strong.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Yeah, let's get a sack line.
Switch it, hey.
55, Mike, 55. Hey, eat.
Now a play fake here on first down. On the move to his left. And he'll slide down to avoid the tackle. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be second down.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the third one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
To throw again on second down. Prescott looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Elliott. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
When you have someone throwing it that well, that confidently, you don't have to call the game in fear at all, do you? You just go ahead and play.
Yep, confidence with a lead to throw it here in the fourth, and boom, he's on the money.
Yeah, you don't have to tuck your head in and go like turtle at this point. You can just go ahead and play.
Pass on target, Prescott to Cooper. The end result, 21 yards. So Amari Cooper out of Northwestern High School in Miami making a nice play there.
And it's so funny that when I was going through the draft process when he came out of Alabama and was inquiring about him and his skills, they say it all began back in Miami. He really became a pro receiver at a young age because of his attention to detail and precision. But don't forget his athletic ability. That's what made that catch there.
And he did spend 1 year with Teddy Bridgewater as his quarterback there, so that helped back in high school. Dak dropping this one off for Zeke. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up second and 5.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Cowboys in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And the scoreboard on their side, they're just looking to melt away these final couple of minutes and put this one in the left-hand column. They'll let this go for the end zone. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be third down. The Cowboys on third down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This will be 3rd and 5. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Sean Davis with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. After the interception, here's Roethlisberger. Throw left side, complete to Smith-Schuster. That'll wind up a gain of 27 on the catch and run. Well, they had held him pretty well in check, but if you recall back in the first quarter, you said they needed to avoid the big play. He finally gets loose.
And the thing about it, it doesn't have to be a bunch of big plays. Sometimes one big play can be enough. That's why it's tough to deal with a guy like that.
And the gain here to the previous play, and it's better than 40 yards total. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. To throw here, Roethlisberger. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts as the clock will stop with 55 seconds remaining in the football game. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. A 14-yard touchdown. And the Steelers are able to close the gap just a bit. Connor going to try and run it. Protection was great. He had time to set up a campsite. But in the secondary, though, they were ready.
And I think that in most places on the field, if you have that much time to throw the ball, someone's going to shake free and you'll find an open receiver. But condensed near the goal line on a 2-point conversion, all that extra, there's not any extra field. So it kind of closes in on them, and that allows you to cover a little bit better.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And checking the timeouts, they do have 2 defensively, but no real need to use them as they're not going to be able to stop the clock after that. And pretty nice work defensively there on the first down run as they hold him to a gain of a couple. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
And they're able to get this one across the 35. Give them 14 on that one and a first down. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. throwing here. Prescott trying to lay one up deep. That'll be incomplete as the clock will stop with 14 seconds remaining. They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10. Prescott looking deep for Elliott. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Sean Davis with a pick. And the return comes to a halt right at the 44-yard line. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride.
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. So out comes a field goal team now for the second time here today. On the right hash, officially this will be a 51-yard attempt. Boswell's kick is good. And high fives for that one as that drive ends in 3. Well, as always, partner, an extreme pleasure to share a booth with you. I have to say, I am impressed at your discipline because you came here and you said you were not going to eat any of the media buffet. You made it to the end. You didn't consume a single calorie.
I appreciate that. What you missed is me going to the concessions.
Innocence. Currently, I'm the greatest rapper in a sense. But any currency, I'm still guaranteed my wins. This